Where was I? So, we're going to be starting with the worst and working our way up to the best. To keep the suspense going. That's what you YouTube viewers like. It's the suspense. Wow, I can't talk. It's been a heck of a week, guys. Heck of a week. I don't know if it's good or bad. Coming in at the very worst in the Killer's discography is going to be Day and Age. Now, I actually had a physical copy of this one at one point. I got rid of it. It was not good enough to be on my shelf back there. But the Killers have always been a band. I was really impressed with their early singles. And I wanted them to be a band that I just bought every album by. And they are not one of those bands. They are a band that I will always keep track of because they do really surprise me and really blow me away sometimes. Was not blown away with Day and Age. This one came out in 2008, and they were coming off the heels of just a lot of material. They were putting out a lot of stuff, and this one just was a real disappointment for me. Let's take a look at it. So, Losing Touch is not memorable at all. Human, Spaceman, A Dustland Fairy Tale, and The World We Live In. I gotta say, Human is probably the only one of those singles that really does anything for me. And as far as the deep cuts, not really remembering. I bought this thing and I drove around with it, tried to give it a chance. It's supposed to be a really playful record, and I just personally did not enjoy Day and Age at all. Going back to the notes, let's get back to our second worst. Now this one, you know, once we get Day and Age out of the way, the rest of the Killer's discography is not too bad. That one just, wow, I was not happy that I bought that on CD. Coming in next is going to be 2012's Battleborn. Okay? And this one is a whole heck of a lot better than Day and Age. Runaways really got a hold of me early on. And some of the other songs, the title track and some of the other songs just really go in the right direction for me musically. I feel like I'm a huge pop rock, alternative rock guy, and the Killers can get off track sometimes, and it's okay that they're different. It's good that they're different than other alternative bands. I was just thinking about this earlier today, how Brandon Flowers is a different kind of frontman than other rock stars. He doesn't seem like a rock star, and his personality kind of, I don't know, I'm worried about him for some reason. He seems like maybe, he's one of those people that looks like he has it all together, so you think that maybe deep down inside he's like covering something up that's horrible. I don't know. I don't know much about them. I've just recently started watching interviews with the Killers, and they're an interesting band. They're definitely an interesting band. And like I said, I've been keeping track of them since they, came out on the scene with Mr. Brightside and all those great singles from, back in the day. Let's keep it moving, shall we? What else do we got? I actually had to change my list. I tried to do this without hearing their new album. So my next spot is... Ooh, I actually made a mistake on my list. Coming in next is going to be 2017's Wonderful Wonderful. And this one, I wasn't really expecting great things from this one, but I was actually pleasantly surprised. The title track is good. The man, Life to Come, Run for Cover. A lot of really great songs on here, and Rut, really, I identified with that song in a way. That was the tearjerker for me on this record, and that really kind of put this album in their top 3 for sure. Just Rut really kicked this album into an emotional direction for me. So, Rut, that song, man. We've all been in ruts, right? If you haven't been in a rut, get out of here. You're in a rut right now. Coming in next is going to be, this is where we start to get really good. Coming in next is going to be Sam's Town. Okay, and this album was just fantastic. And man, we've got 2 more albums to cover. So it's really great stuff from here on out. Again, no perfect albums, but some really darn good ones. When You Were Young was one of the songs that I was downloading everything. For Reasons Unknown, Read My Mind. There's not a whole lot of weak tracks on this. Even the deep cuts on Sam's Town, really great. The music videos are awesome. Cannot say enough good things about Sam's Town. Let's see. So, yeah, just a really excellent record. Very, very good. And that was Sam's Town. So coming in next, we are down to the top 2 Killers records is going to be, what is it going to be? What is it on your list? For me, my second favorite is going to be the debut album, Hot Fuss. And I think this is probably a lot of people's favorite Killers record, with its post-punk sound mixed with synth pop and new wave, alternative, indie rock. This thing is just kind of a perfect blend of all of those things. Mr. Brightside is just an epic song. Somebody Told Me, I believe, was my introduction to the band. And my favorite single is All These Things That I've Done. The music video for that one just absolutely killed it. Changed My Mind, Believe Me, Natalie, Midnight Show, Everything Will Be Alright. Even some of the bonus tracks and some of the deluxe editions are great. So, you're fast forwarding through my videos. Stop doing that. You gotta watch the whole thing. I mean, I put special effects in here for you guys. What more do you guys want? Oh, hey, guys, I made some Judas Priest fans really mad the other day. That was entertaining. More on that later. So, we're ranking the studio albums by the Killers. They had a brand new one come out this year. And get this, guys, I was flabbergasted. I had to, like I said, I had to change this video. I had to change my ranking because I tried to cheat. I was going to rank the Killers studio albums without hearing the new one. I was assuming that Imploding the Mirage, just from hearing the lead single, was going to come in as the 3rd worst Killers record. I thought it was going to be in between Battleborn and Wonderful, Wonderful. I was completely wrong. Completely and totally wrong. I am blown away. The best Killers record of all time, up at least in 2020, is going to be Imploding the Mirage. I could not believe it. It was a massive step in the right direction for this band. I fell in love. I had a feeling I wasn't sure, but something just kept telling me to get this album, quickly. And I wanted a physical copy. I don't think I'm going to do it. I did watch a unpackaging of the CD, and it's just, you know, you want your money to be spent wisely, and I just didn't see anything in the booklet or the physical media that I really wanted to spend my hard-earned money on. But I gotta say, the music contained within is amazing. My Own Soul's Warning is my favorite track today, but it changes from moment to moment. Blowback is great. Wow, these songs are just so powerful, so energetic, and they sort of get away from that Killers vibe that they've had on other albums that maybe I wasn't jiving with. Dying Breed is another highlight, and there's so many guest spots on this record. It's unbelievable. A venerable who's who of rock stars and musicians. Alex Cameron, who I'm a fan of, he's on there. You got Caution, which was the one song that I'd heard before the album dropped, and I absolutely love Caution. That's the one that kind of got me really looking forward to this record. Lightning Fields featuring Katie Lang on vocals, another highlight. So far, 5 tracks in, and there's nothing bad on this record. Now, track 6 is Fire and Bone. It's another tune that sounds like it's straight out of the 80s. Unfortunately, Fire and Bones kind of takes all the worst parts from 80s pop music and blends it into something that's not spectacular. So Fire and Bones is the one track so far that kind of derails what would have been a perfect, beautiful, gorgeous, perfectly produced record. I'm kind of starting to favor it a little bit more today on the drive home from seeing my son. It kind of hit me a little bit differently after spending time with my son, and it's growing on me. So I'm kind of on the fence about Fire and Bone. Let me know what you think. Running Towards a Place is one of the weaker tracks too. And then I got something in my teeth. My God featuring Way's Blood is really good. When the Dreams Run Dry and Imploding the Mirage, the title track. It's just amazing, amazing record. Probably, definitely, now we haven't had a lot of music this year due to the situation. One of my favorite rock records of the year, I'm getting tongue-tied, one of my favorite records of the year. Imploding the Mirage. Definitely a real highlight. Definitely really glad that I've been keeping up with the Killers, even though they're not in my top 10 or 20 bands. Definitely a fantastic release this year. I know that the lead singer was inspired to not phone in a record. He's just had a creative spark this year. And even though the band is actually operating on a different level at this time, the guitar player and the bass player, I believe, are both on indefinite hiatus. So if you see the Killers, it's going to be the lead singer, drummer, and probably some studio fill-in guys. And it's okay, you know, this world situation that we're in. You know, we're seeing solo projects from Billy Joe Armstrong of Green Day. We're seeing the Killers functioning as a two-piece, essentially. We're seeing a lot of solo projects. Smith and Myers from Shinedown are doing an album together. So I'm really, Blink-182 are operating as a two-piece as well. So it's really interesting to see what kind of music we'll be getting from these guys. Billy Joe Armstrong's The Whole World, The Whole Wide World is really excellent. Give that a listen. So yeah, love this Killers album. It's definitely, when I'm listening to it, I'm thinking, man, people would think I'm such a goofball for listening to this. I don't care. You know, I'm 34. I don't care if my coworkers don't like it. I don't care if anybody likes it. I like it. So 2020's Imploding the Mirage. It was worth the wait. It was worth the delays. And, you know, like I said, I don't know. I got a weird feeling about Brandon Flowers. Maybe I'm just not used to his personality or his style. But he seems like, I don't know, he just seems like maybe he's got some problems. I don't know. Maybe he just seems like, maybe he's such a clean-cut guy that it's just really strange to see a frontman like that. So, if you like the Killers, if you like music, no matter what genre, please like and subscribe. Like I said, I'm trying to listen to every song ever recorded in the history of ever. So, it's been a pleasure talking to you guys. See you guys later.